everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we're going to go over the bookkeeping checklist. We're going to go over the bookkeeping checklist. And as you see on my screen, I have the bookkeeping checklist on one side and QuickBooks on the other side. So, the bookkeeping checklist helps you to keep organized. And if you're anything like most people, I'm going to say that way. If you're anything like most people, you do, or like me, you struggle to make sure that you are keeping on task on a monthly basis. I absolutely Bookkeeping is not my favorite task to do. However, it's my best skill. Not my favorite task to do, but it's my best skill. So if you're watching this video for the first time, or if you're coming, don't know who I am, I'm Elaine Forbes Daisley, otherwise known as the Elaine Forbes, and I am an accountant, author, speaker, and business development strategist. I've been using QuickBooks for over 27 years, and I've been doing accounting for somewhere between 5 and 4 decades, somewhere between there. It's a long time. So this evening, I want to go over the bookkeeping checklist. And if you would like that checklist, the link is below this video. The link is below this video in the YouTube channel. I will make sure that I put the link for those who are on Clubhouse. But hello, everyone. And guys, you know it's social media, and Elaine likes to be social. Elaine likes to be social. So just drop a hello, drop a hello, drop a hello. Wow. Drop a hello. Let me know that you are here. If you are in, we're multicasting. We're actually multicasting. So we are also inside of the clubhouse room. Feel free to say hello in the chat. So, the bookkeeping task checklist is not just any list. It's not just any list, right? It is specific to what needs to be done in your business on a weekly, monthly, if possible, daily basis, quarterly. And we have specific tasks that we set aside that needs to be done, and those are, we're going to go over them. We're going to go over the list, and while we're going over the list, we have QuickBooks pulled open and ready to show you what to do and where to go to do it inside of your QuickBooks. So with that said, let's get it cracking. So if you're over on Clubhouse and want to see what we're doing, feel free to jump on over to the YouTube channel. It's YouTube forward slash at, no, I guess the Elaine Forbes, but you can, it's the Elaine Forbes. Let me make sure I tell you the correct, because I might not be telling you the correct information. So let me, for those who are on the Clubhouse room, let me see if I can give you the actual YouTube channel. It's at the Elaine Forbes, at the Elaine Forbes, YouTube slash at the Elaine Forbes. All right, so let's go to the checklist. I'm gonna make the checklist bigger, and we're gonna walk through the checklist, and then we're gonna open QuickBooks and step by step what we would do. So we're gonna take it that we're doing these tasks one day. So we're gonna match and add the bank feed. We're going to monitor the bank balances. We're going to record the daily sales, and this is done on a daily basis. And then on a weekly basis, we're going to scan or upload our receipts and vendor bills. Then we're going to enter customer payments and the deposit. We're going to monitor our accounts receivables, and we're going to send invoice reminders. And this checklist does not include payroll forms and deadlines and these steps. These all of these steps that we have weekly, it depends on the volume. You can do this on a monthly basis. This can be done daily or monthly. And let's go about the things that needs to be done twice a month. Now you can decide to do this weekly, but we recommend that you do it twice a month so that you can give yourself time to get stuff done. So you're going to pay your vendor bill if you're doing payroll or you're taking a distribution. We want to do that twice a month, and request W-9 forms from vendors. And I'm going to show you all of that inside of QuickBooks. So, and then on a monthly basis, we're going to reconcile the bank and credit card to your QuickBooks. You're going to review your financial report, and you're going to perform a month end close. And on a quarterly basis, we're going to make estimated payments. We're going to make quarterly sales payment. We're going to review our financial for the quarter. Yes, we're going to review our financials again for the quarter. And then annually, we're going to perform we have a year-end task checklist. And at the end of the year, we're going to look at these things. And then we're going to file our 1099 forms, review our financial plan and forecast for next year, and get ready for taxes. So put our, we're going to put our QuickBooks, we're going to make this a little bigger, and then we're going to put the bookkeeping task checklist right here. So today we're going to match the bank feed, we're going to monitor the bank balance, and we're going to do our daily sales. So we open QuickBooks. Now, even though we have scan and upload the receipts and enter the bill, these would be done on a weekly basis. So if when you're doing the matching of the bank feed, it's not yet entered, then you're going to want to do that. So let's go to the bank feed. Transaction, bank transaction. And guys, this is a sample company. So most of the things that are inside of this sample company is absolutely perfect in terms of what needs to happen inside of your accounting. So this is where you would go. And these, remember, last week you would have entered this information. So now each day throughout the week you're going in, and you can schedule a day that you enter it. So this is what you do. But here is something else that I do. I use Asana. And I also use Google Calendar. So what I would do on in my Asana is I would create a task inside of my Asana. And I'm going to do this on Google Calendar. Let me see if I can find me a calendar that I can use this on, because now this is inside of, let's go here, and I don't have a calendar in here. So let's go find me a Google Calendar that we can use. And the reason why we're going to use a Google Calendar, you can use whatever software that you use. Uh, I'm trying to find me a Google Calendar. Jeez. This is the thing I don't like about having more than one monitor is this mouse does what it does when it wants to. Uh-uh. I think Google. All right, let's use this one. And we're finding a Google Calendar. So even though you have the task checklist, you have the task checklist, you want to set up yourself so you can win. So we're going to grab this Google Calendar, and I do hope you can see my Google Calendar. And I'm going to show you what I do. And I can't find you guys now. I cannot find nothing on here. Oh Lord, help me, Jesus. I can't find. Okay, let's do this. I guess this is, I don't know. I don't know where we are. I guess this is, all right. Now this is giving me a hard time because I cannot find the studio. Uh, that's not it. Oh my goodness. I have too much windows open. Please bear with me. I probably need to edit this video. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Guys, thank you so much. Hello, Cloud9. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us. We are actually live on YouTube. And I'm going over what is called the bookkeeping task checklist. I'm going to do a deep dive to show you how to use this checklist to help you with your bookkeeping on a monthly, weekly, and daily basis. Hey, Shannon, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So we have our QuickBooks open. Hi, we have our QuickBooks open. We actually have the checklist that we're going to use. And then before we actually do that, what we're doing inside of QuickBooks, we're going to set ourselves up to be successful. So what we're doing is that we're setting ourselves reminders. So I go on to Google Calendar and I actually make a calendar on the Google Calendar that I'm going to create a new calendar, and I call this my work. I'm just going to call it my work calendar because I actually use, I can't even spell, and I actually use, and I color code everything. I don't know about you, but I like colors. So if you like see my stuff, I'm always in colors. I absolutely love colors. I like bright colors too. My I can't find a color in right now. So I create this calendar that I call work calendar, and then what I do on this calendar. So the first task that we're going to set up on the calendar is, and we're going to do these tasks on a weekly basis because we're a small company, and our transaction are pretty streamlined. So we have already decided that we're going to do our bookkeeping twice a week. We're going to do some tasks on Monday, and then on Friday we're going to do the rest of the tasks. So we're going to match the transaction, check our bank balances, and record sales on a Monday. So I would go to my Google Calendar, and I'm saying I'm an afternoon person, so I'm going to put myself a task on my Google Calendar, and I'm going to call this task match bank feed. A-T-T-C-H. And I'm going to give myself a half an hour to do that. So I'm going to say 1:30 to about 2 o'clock. And then I'm going to set myself a reminder. So I'm going to put this to repeat, and I'm going to say weekly on a Monday. And I'm actually, yep, so just weekly on a Monday. And I like colors. So I'm going to put this as green, and I'm not adding anything. And I can put a description in here. I can add a description inside of this task to tell me what it is and what I'm going to do. So when it I'm looking for the reminder. No, oh, notification. And then you can either set up an email notification or you can just add a reminder. So it's going to populate on your calendar. And if you're like me, anything like me, and have your calendar on your phone, then it's going to remind you. There's no sense of having a bookkeeping checklist of what you need to do on a weekly basis without having a way to remind you that this task needs to be done, right? And I know maybe it's just me, because I know that my week is going to get so busy and I'm going to have so much stuff to do, and bookkeeping is not the thing that I want to do. I'm going to say that I'm an accountant. Bookkeeping is not my favorite task, so I can imagine someone that does not have that experience. Okay, I can imagine the business owner who is busy trying to make sure that they're making with all the other tasks, especially if you're a solopreneur. So I'm gonna save that on my calendar, and it's gonna save um ask me later. So it's gonna save on my calendar. So now I have, so I'm setting up this calendar with all the bookkeeping tasks, right? And I can lump tasks together on my calendar, or I can just put bookkeeping and then list in the description the different tasks that I want to get done. So I take that and I set it up on my calendar. Now, I personally have used Asana. I use Asana because I have it set up with all my tasks, what I'm going to do, the description and everything like that. And my Asana will populate on my phone to say, hey, you have these tasks to be done today. On my Google Calendar, however, I set up blocks of time of what I want to do, but the detail of the task I set up in Asana. Or you can do it in, I think I heard about Notion, and there's several other software that you can use to kind of Monday.com. And I'm not paid by these. I'm just giving you option of how to set it up, because I know that sometimes we have like a checklist of stuff to do, especially when we're talking specifically about bookkeeping. We'll have a checklist, but we don't have a reminder. So one of the way, if you do not have one of these software that you're using, then use your Google Calendar. So we set up on our Google Calendar. We can set this up, all of this on another time. I'm just showing you how I do it. So I would have that on a Monday, and then I would go through. So I would sit and set up all these tasks on my calendar, because we're setting up, if we go back to the task, the task checklist, if we go back to the task checklist, we have tasks that we're going to do weekly. So I would set up scan receipt, and I would have a day that with that reminder for the scan the receipt. The customer payment, I have a day that I'm doing the customer payment. Monitoring my accounts receivable. So I could just have a block that says bookkeeping, and then I write all the list of what I'm doing that day. So I'm deciding to do it twice a week, and I have a list because I don't want to be overwhelmed, because I absolutely don't like to, bookkeeping is not something that it's not my favorite task. Let me say it that way. It's my best skill, not my favorite task. So I want to have it in a way that I can do it without feeling overwhelmed. All right. So the invoice reminder, and then twice a month, I'll do the same thing. I go to pay my bills I usually do the 10th of the month and the 25th, or the 15th on the 25th. So I would set that up on my calendar twice a month. I go to, so I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna go to back to my Google Calendar, and I'm gonna do this on a Monday. So I'm just gonna block time on a Monday, and then I'm gonna say one of the tasks I'm gonna do twice a month is bookkeeping. And I'm sure you can hear my keyboard because it's loud. Bookkeeping task twice. I'm gonna put 2 times monthly. And then I'm putting this on a Monday. So I'm putting this as a task, and I can add the description. And I'm going to go here, and it says this is going to be on a Monday. And you can put the full time 10:30, and we're going to change it from all day, and we're going to do custom. So we're choosing Monday. We're going to do, okay, monthly, 2 times every, I guess we say every 2 weeks. And then we put done. And now this is going to show up on our, I guess I didn't do this right. Dismiss. Okay, so it does show up on our task. Okay. Somewhere here is, oh Lord, I don't know. I don't know how to operate this calendar. Okay, here it is. So now on my task list, it shows up, and I can now add a reminder and add it to my calendar. And once I add it to my calendar, it's going to populate on my phone or whatever device I have my calendar on. So that's a reminder. And so twice a month, I will get that reminder for my, all right. So now I have my calendar. So now it's time to do the work. We go to QuickBooks, and we would do our bank feed, and then do all our tasks, and then we can check off these tasks and make sure that is checked off, and it's complete, it's completed. So we go to the bank feed, and we do the bank feed, and then at the end of the month I would also go back to my calendar. Where is it? And we're going to add another task. And I don't know how to do this. Guys, bear with me. I'm ready to add this as an event. Let's do a month. And okay, here it is. Now, here it's showing up. See, it's showing up weekly on your calendar. So you can now see it on a weekly basis on your calendar. And then we're going to create monthly. So on the 5th of the month, we can do this on the last day of the month, or we can do this on the, so now we go and we set up the monthly task. So now we would have had, so we're going to say on the 5th of the month, we're going to do monthly, bookkeeping task. And we're going to go here and we're going to take this out. We're going to put custom and we're going to put monthly on the 5th day, on day 5. And we put done and we're going to put the time in. This is basically for a reminder and we're going to save. So every month we would have had all of our tasks set up on our bookkeeping on our calendar. We can name the calendar whatever you want. You can color code it, and then that way at the end of each week you would have a reminder to remind you of the bookkeeping task that needs to be done. So, and then we can also set up our quarterly reminder. So we do our monthly reminder, then we do a quarterly reminder, then annual reminder. So this is how our bookkeeping task checklist help us to stay on task with our bookkeeping. So it's the checklist, then we have the organize whatever you use, whether it's Asana, whether it's Monday, whether it's Notion. You have all of that list out, and then you put it on a calendar so you have a reminder. So it is there. And then we go to QuickBooks. We take these, go to QuickBooks each month, and then we perform these tasks inside of QuickBooks. I hope that was helpful for us today and that we're able to get this bookkeeping checklist, set it up, set up your reminders, and then we are going to go to our QuickBooks and get it done. Guys, if you're watching this video and you want to know how to set up your QuickBooks, you want to know how to perform these tasks inside of QuickBooks, we have the bookkeeping boot camp, coming up. The link is below this video. Feel free to sign up for it. We have a discount going until actually tomorrow. the discount. If you're watching this video after tomorrow before the boot camp and send me a message that says boot camp, a DM, send me a DM that say, hey, catch the replay boot camp. I've, I will honor the discount. If you are watching the replay and would like to be a part of the boot camp where we go in detail of how we're going to be intensive for 3 days in this boot camp, getting your QuickBooks together. Getting your QuickBooks together. So with that said, guys, have a great evening. Be back here next week, Tuesday at maybe 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we do another we navigate QuickBooks, or we show you how to get your bookkeeping in order, how to master your bookkeeping, be a master at your bookkeeping. See you next week. All right, bye.